All right. Welcome, everyone. This is the SIG release meeting for January 16, 2024. My name is Adolfo Garcia, and I'll be your host today. As a reminder, this meeting is governed by the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which boils down to be awesome to each other. And everything that you say and your image will be recorded and posted on the public internet. So be mindful of what you do if you don't want to find yourself in YouTube doing something that you're not proud of. All right. So before we start, I'll share the agenda on the chat. If anybody wants to add something to the public discussions, feel free. And first of all, we have quite a group gathering today. So anybody who is new to the meeting and would like to say hello, it's totally optional. But if you would like to say hi and share what your interest is in SIG release or Kubernetes in general, feel free.
Hi, my name is Orlin. I want to say hi. I'm sorry, my camera is not on. I was selected to be a shadow for the upcoming release 1.30 as a release notes team. So just want to say hi and thanks for having me in the new release. So.
Yeah. All right. I am Satyam, and I have been selected for the release note shadow for the version 1.30. Just wanted to come up and say hi to everyone.
Welcome.
I can go next. I'm being selected for the shadow of the release communication. I'm Amit D'Souza, and thanks for having me in the team as a shadow.
Probably I'll go next. I'm Rudraksh. Actually, I couldn't get selected as a shadow, but I love to attend meetings and learn from you all. So that's why I'm here. Thank you.
This is one of the best times ever in the release cycle because we get to see all of the new shadows and new contributors, and we want you to feel welcome. And of course, if we can help you with anything, questions, whatever, probably perhaps a good thing to do, maybe not on this call, but maybe the next one, or I would defer to Kat to see when we get more shadows into the meetings, and maybe we can introduce some of the regular folks that you can usually find in these meetings, just so that you know who everyone is and what we do here and how we can help you. So I don't know if anybody of the regulars wants to say hi to the shadows, or maybe we can punt that to the next meeting when we have more folks from the release team.
Hi, Shadows. I'm your release lead. My name is Kat. You will meet me and the rest of the team on Wednesday at the release team meeting. You should have that on your Google calendars because you have all been added to the Google group. But if you don't, please DM me on Slack and I will make sure that is fixed for you. But everybody is confirmed, so you'll meet everybody Wednesday.
Nice. And of course, you're welcome always to come to the general SIG release meeting as well as the release team meeting if you want to discuss other things going on in the release. All right. So if no one else wants to say hi, we can start going through the usual sections of the meeting. So first of all, release engineering. Anyone wants to do an update on release engineering?
Yeah, I can do the patch lists part. The patch lists are scheduled for tomorrow. The only thing that I have is if we have volunteers, especially in the EU time zone, Would be nice if someone can start it in the morning. I can do that, but I would also like if there is anyone to jump and give it a try. So if you're interested, please leave me a message or just let me know. If not, I will kick off the releases in the morning. And I know that Jim and Mark will pick it up in the US morning. So from the US morning, we are all good. But if there's anyone in your time zones that wants to start, just let me know. And I can quickly do the OBS updates. So we have been, I mentioned it last time that we are discussing if we want to also serve the legacy packages because the legacy Google repos are going away this month, but after discussing it with the steering and the CSCF, it has been decided that we will not do that. We will just let the old repos slowly fade away. And yeah, we are working on a blog post that's eventually going out after the repos are gone. That's going like to explain this and to explain to users that are affected by this what they can do, like how they can build the packages or what other alternatives they can consider. And this is mostly what I have been involved with past few days. Action items, nothing particular for now. There's the board. This is what Satya also asked before. If anyone is interested, I think I left some links earlier, but I can left them again. There is the project board. There's the cap that needs some update, and that I'm going to work on that update perhaps next week, given I have time and that I finish with the legacy stuff.
Sounds great. Anybody has any questions for Marco? So I will be also available tomorrow in the morning to help with the patch releases. So happy to be there as well. All right. Okay, the next sub item is supply chain security updates. I was kind of away from this for the past month, but as a reminder, we were discussing in the beginning of December together with SIG Security a new project to improve the Kubernetes security feed, and with that improving lots of surrounding projects like the SBOM and creating a single feed and the way we publish CVs for Kubernetes. And so there's a lot going on there. The new year and the holidays came in between, so it's kind of stuck, but probably next meeting we'll have an update on that, unless someone moved that project a little bit forward, and I don't know about it. But so from my point of view, that's where it's at right now. So probably I will show up in the next SIG security tooling meeting and just to resume those conversations and probably present the first proposal on how we can improve the security feed. So the current idea that we have is to replace the many different communication files and other artifacts that we exchange between the security response committee, SIG release and SIG security, to create one single feed. Probably it's going to be based on OSV or something similar, but if anybody is interested in doing that, ping me or show up on the next SIG security tooling group meeting or next week in this same meeting. Right. Does anybody have any question around that? Okay. Then the next sub item is artifact validation. This one, I think, I don't know, anybody wants to do an update because Sasha was kind of reorganizing this together with Laurie, but if anybody has more context and wants to, and Sasha is out right now. If anybody has more context, you can share something, or otherwise we can table it.
Yeah, the reorganization has been done. We have the project board. The issues are up to be taken, but given that Sasha is on vacation, I think that there has been no progress. But if anyone is interested to work on any of that, feel free to reach to us.
Nice. I shared the project board on the chat if anybody wants to take a look. All right. Any questions around that one? By the way, this is kind of the kickoff of the year meeting, so things are slow right now, but usually we have more updates on these projects. So
yeah, I was just gonna say, leadership is just getting back in seat for the the last little while. Sasha will be back in February. I think I've just come back to the office this within the last week and a half. Porco, I know, same for you. So yeah, things will be rocking and rolling in February in earnest. But I think the release team, the 1:30 kickoff is a hot ticket item right now. So thanks to Kat for dropping by, and thanks to all of the release team shadows who are newly joining the team. Really excited to have some fresh blood in the release team.
fresh blood, I like that. All right, so okay, that takes us to the end of the subproject, the release engineering subproject updates. So we'll now switch to the release team updates with Kat.
Hello. As you can see, we've got shadows in here now. So the shadows have all been notified and confirmed. They all have access to the Google group now. So I just resent the calendar invitation. Note that these are going to spam for some people. They went to spam for the comms lead. I don't know that there's really anything we can do about that, but the event invite did in fact go to spam. But otherwise we are good to go. Everybody has permissions that they need to have. The enhancements tracking board is up and has KEPs on it. So we're doing that outreach now. We have no complaints or issues. The Linux Foundation did get back to me on the issue with Easy CLA. They twisted some arms and say that they are pushing an update to prod by the end of the month that will make it so that the issue we are having where Easy CLA misses a webhook on a sufficiently large PR will only happen on a now very large PR of 500 plus commits, which should eliminate the problem for the docs subteam as long as nobody ever misses like 2 consecutive weeks of branch syncs. But they are saying that there is no improving that or completely eliminating the problem without GitHub improving the response time of their APIs. So that's as good as it's going to get. I opened an issue for it in SIG release just so we can keep track of whether or not this actually gets resolved. But they say we will have a fix end of the month. That's it for the release team.
Amazing. Anybody has any question for Kat or? All right. So happy to see that things are kicking off and people are starting to showing here. All right. And then we move to the open discussion topics. I see one from Joe.
Yeah, I was just checking in. Tomorrow's the submission deadline, just verifying if we submitted one for SIG release maintainer track.
I'm not allowed to do that, am I?
I mean,
you are not,
I didn't
however.
think so.
Yeah. So the SIG leads have to submit. We are allowed to let people who are not SIG leads present. So So if you have an idea that you would like to present to us, definitely open.
I did want to write a talk about the shadow program and the way the release team actually works and the way the sub teams actually work, because it turns out is not a ton of clarity on that for people kind of outside of here. A lot of incoming shadows even don't really understand what they're getting into. But I don't know that that's actually appropriate for KubeCon, though it would certainly be great publicity for the shadow program.
Yeah, I think potentially a more general session with, hopefully some call outs to content that we have, because I think at least within our content, it is clear how at least the release team functions. So I think, I would see a deep dive maybe for new contributor sessions or something like that in Contrib Summit.
Okay. Contrib Summit CFP is closed, I think, unfortunately, but next KubeCon.
Yeah.
It's actually open.
There's some
Oh.
there's some flexibility. So
Mm.
we'll discuss.
Okay.
One suggestion, I don't know if this would fit for this, but yeah, obviously, Stephen, you're right. Generally, people look for the SIGs to provide a general update on the content. But given that we also have just completed the roadmap, that would also, I think, fit very well in providing a SIG release roadmap. It would probably be inclusive to help individuals get caught up with what we're working on. It could be status updates. There's a lot there. So
yeah, I like roadmap as a potential, especially as it's still kind of early in the will be early in the year when we're at KubeCon.
Yeah, KubeCon's into March, so you figure by then we're pretty dialed in.
Exactly. Here's what we're already working on. Here's what we've been working on. Here's the roadmap as it stands, and yada yada yada. I would say that, at least for like release team, despite all of the wondrous things that we do, release team is the most popular thing that we have going, to the point where people think SIG release is equal to the release team, and it's not. So I think at the very least, describing that delineation and talking through sub projects and the work that they're doing, as well as the roadmap, I think might be a good attack plan.
So should we perhaps should we draft something general and maybe submit it maybe tonight?
Yeah, you got till tomorrow afternoon for us, that is, on the West Coast.
Who's afternoon? Okay, West Coast. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Porco, let's take that back to the lead channel and we'll munch on it.
Yeah, and then share it back. Okay, sounds good. All right. Okay, so that was the last open discussion topic in the agenda. Does anybody want to bring another one? Yeah, Drew. There have been a few like talks about the release team, but yeah, I agree with Kat. Maybe it's time for a refresh, especially since we're merging some of the teams and things like that. Yeah, we should potentially start thinking about a new one. All right. Anybody has another topic that they would like to bring up, or otherwise we can give some time back to folks. All right. If not, well, happy 2024, everybody. Happy to see all faces, new faces, and I'm hoping this is going to be a great year for SIG release and Kubernetes in general.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Later, everyone.